What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a little bit more of some advanced Industrial Craft 2 stuff, sort of continuing my push to get some of the more advanced things done before I finish off this season and start a completely new world. So first of all, we're going to just check in on the little vault here, or the buffer room, whatever you want to call it. And I have added another row like I said I was going to, and of course it starts to rain as soon as I start my video. So yeah, I added another row here. I basically put a diamond pipe in here, and if you look at the diamond pipe, all the crappy stuff is going through the blue one into these chests, and then everything else, which should be more valuable stuff, is going in here. So I've already pretty much filled up this chest, so I turned off this engine. So now I'm working on filling up this chest, and when that one's almost full, then we'll start filling up this chest. And I replaced the redstone engine here with the peat engine, that way I can pull stacks of items out. Now, I was looking up some logistics pipe stuff, and I could use like a chassis, and there's like a chip I could put in there that basically does the same functionality as this, but with one pipe. But I don't exactly know how that's going to work because the logistics pipe network is so far away. I don't know if it's going to try to connect this room with the bigger network. And that's sort of why I wanted to do it the simple way. That way I can just kind of pump items out of this room and send them directly to the vault, wherever it is, down this way, I think. Actually, no, it's this way. But send it over to the vault, and then it will just hit a logistics pipe eventually, which will pathfind it to wherever it has to go. Because basically, when you make a big logistics pipe network, it would really lag the game, I think anyway. I don't know if it's based on number of pipes, but I think it's number of pipes and distance. So yeah, that's the main reason why I don't want to do a logistics pipe network here. So we have some valuables. I've already taken out I think it was a stack of 12 gold ore, which I needed so bad. I was out of gold. And I made some logistics pipes for another project I'm going to be doing in this video. And so yeah, this is the only chest that's full here. These two are empty, and then this engine just kind of pulls it around and then sends it back into the network. I still haven't been able to upgrade the pipes with gold, so I haven't really pumped anything to the main vault yet. But now that I'm getting some gold, then I'll start looking into doing that. So we got some red power 2 stuff here. We got the ruby, nicolite, and sapphire, and emerald. I wonder if that emerald will be will work in 1.3. Wonder if they will fix that. And another thing I noticed is that I didn't disable ore generation for red power 2. So I am getting some red power ore, which I think is these ones. So I'm getting tin and copper from red power. But what are you gonna do? It should be in the Forge ore dictionary, so they should be compatible. It just means I'm pretty much gonna be getting double the amount of ore, which doesn't really matter. I already have a super large supply of copper and tin, so a little bit more isn't gonna hurt anything. So let's head over here to the quarry and see what's on the go. Last time I checked, it was pretty much at the bottom. I think it was like 15 blocks from the bottom. All kinds of fuel left. I turned this off a long time ago and I still have all kinds of fuel in this pipe. I'm trying to run this down before the quarry gets to the bottom. That way I can break this engine and move it somewhere else. Because if it's full of fuel, I don't want to break it because that's a waste of a lot of fuel. So if I have to, I will make some conductive pipes, and I'll just run some conductive pipes over to the next quarry. Let's go into creative mode so we can go down there and take a look real quick. So yeah, it's pretty close to the bottom. There's all kinds of stuff I'll be able to mine on the edges. I keep thinking this is diamond, but it's like, it's that nickelite stuff. So we're at level 9. So 9 more levels and we'll be at bedrock. It's not looking like we're going to find a lot of diamond. There's some diamond, look at that. Some uranium, some emerald, apatite, all kinds of fun stuff. I don't know how I'm going to mine it, but I think that's sapphire or something. I don't even know what half that stuff is used for. I know it's a lot of it's for like the red power machines or the computer stuff. But yeah. So I don't think we're going to use up all this fuel before we get to the bottom, unfortunately. Doesn't look like he's using any of it. That's strange. Alright. So that's a little update on the quarry situation. Now we're gonna do the IC2 stuff that I was talking about. So I'm just gonna haul my butt over here. I don't know why I started using the creative mode to fly around lately. It's kind of cheating. I think it's because I'm so close to being done this season, I just want to get a bunch of stuff done and save myself some time. So hopefully you guys don't mind that I'm flying around like that. Alright, so I've already prepared the area, and basically what I'm going to be doing is going to put some recyclers in and a mass fabricator. So I've already went ahead and made the stuff because it was quite a lot of crafting, especially to make that. That was, if you look at the recipe for that, you know, it's advanced circuit, which is expensive, Lapotron crystal, advanced machine blocks, which these take like 400 things to make, and yeah. And I'm going to run, it seems kind of weird that I'm running a mass fabricator off a copper cable, but the main reason is because I'm probably not going to produce enough scrap to run it efficiently, and I don't really want it to run without scrap because I only have one little reactor. I don't want to waste all my power just making U matter. So basically I'm going to turn it off when I run out of scrap, and then when the scrap builds back up, I will turn it back on temporarily. And yeah, the voltage from a copper cable is going to be enough to run it for what I need. So we're going to go ahead and start placing down our recyclers. I don't know if I can replace a recycler on this. I'm assuming I can. I'm not seeing any power. Alright, so that actually doesn't work. So we'll just have to move it down. And that doesn't work either. Uh-oh. There we go. So now we're going to need another block here for our mass fabricator. And I need a lever. Crap. Let's just get a couple or a few. Okay, you can hear the reactor kick on down there. So we'll turn that off. Alright, so we have our 4 recyclers and our mass fabricator. So if you're not familiar with how a recycler works, basically you provide it with anything. I'm going to be providing with cobble, and then it recycles it into scrap. You could take the scrap and you can build scrap boxes with it, which if you right click with them in the air, they give you a random item. They can give you anything from cobble to dirt to diamonds. But what we're going to be doing is taking the scrap and putting the scrap in this slot here, which amplifies the progress of the Mass Fabricator. So I think by default, if you don't give it any scrap, it takes 1,000,000 energy, or a million EU to make 1 UU matter. So my MFSU downstairs holds, I think it's 10 million EU. So you can see that a whole MFSU full of energy is only going to make 10 UU. So if you supply it with a steady supply of scrap, then it's going to take like 166,000 EU to make 1 UU matter. So it's a savings of like 10, almost 10. So yeah. So here's what we need to do. I already have some pipes set up here. And I've already done this in a test world. I kind of frigged around with it a little bit. So hopefully this goes smoothly. So we need our supplier pipes. Let me just look at my diagram here. So we need to put supplier pipes on the top. Connect that like that. Alright. So now what we need, I have some cobble on me. So let's see here. Basically, I want to keep 32 stocked at all times in here. Each one of these recyclers. So we should see some cobble come flying down here. Here it comes. The joys of logistics pipes. So the cool thing about these is, despite being noisy, they use like 1 EU a tick, so they're really efficient. And you can see the recycling. Now the thing is, they don't always give you scrap. There's like a chance that when it recycles something there, you get a piece of scrap. So, you know, it's not 100% conversion ratio, but that's alright. So, now what we have to do is, this could be kind of tricky, now that I think about it. I have to get pipes into this thing. Now, here's the thing. I can't actually have a pipe on the bottom, or a cable on the bottom, because that's where I have to supply it with the scrap. Since this is on the bottom slot, and in my testing it didn't work properly. If I put the supplier pipe on the front or whatever, it would put the scrap up here, I think. Something weird anyway. So what I have to do is figure out how I can get the cables laid out properly. So this is going to involve me breaking this cable, collecting this stuff. I hate when it gets stuck down there like that. And let's see here. Let's just see if we can get a way to get back up here real quick. Alright. So basically what I have to do is I have to get the power input onto the back of this thing. Which I can do like that. So there's power. Now, the cable is a little trickier. I need to have a provider pipe on the side, like that. And crap. I need to have a supplier pipe on the bottom. So now we can just pretty much do this. Replace this cable. Okay. So now we just have to attach this cable, or this pipe, I mean. Not there. Like that. It's not pretty, but it should work. Okay, so that's connected. Now we just have to fill in the crap. Make it look a little presentable. Now, as you can imagine, the problem next is that we can't get this cable to continue on down here. Which I guess isn't really a big deal. We'll just have to... Actually, no, I can't put that in there yet. Because I need to be able to get to that pipe. But yeah, we'll just run up another cable from here in a bat box, then we'll go that way or whatever. Not going to worry about that right now. So we're up to 14 scrap there, 20 there, 11, and 13. So the idea is these are actually going to be the storage for the scrap. I was tinkering with the idea of having the scrap pulled out of this and sent to a chest, but I figured once I get, 64 times 4, we get, 256 scrap, then, that's enough to run this for quite a while. So now what we have to do is make it stop raining again. Now that it's determined to rain, it's going to keep trying to rain over and over again. So that kind of sucks. So what we need to do is keep stocked scrap, right? So basically we have to go jack some scrap out of here and tell it to keep 64 stocked in here, which is going to take a while. So I want to keep a full stack inside there. Just gonna put this back in here. I can't. Okay, never mind. So let's put that there. Okay, so we have these being supplied. So now we need to provide. So what I'm gonna do is actually gonna dig back around to the back. I should have thought of this before, but I didn't. Okay, so this is the first recycler, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. So we need provider. Like this. I need to try not to trap myself in here. Let's go like that. And this is going to provide scrap. I think that's how it works. Uh-oh. Only scrap. So he's trying to provide cobble too. It's stealing its own cobble. Alright, so now we do the same thing here. And scrap. And connect. And then what's it actually, yeah. So the next ones we just have to put one here. Scrap. And one here. And scrap. There she blows. That seemed to work beautiful. Alright, so now let's fill in this hole once again. Hopefully I never have to get back at those pipes, or else we're going to have to destroy the place again. That's good enough. Got a ton of scrap going through here. Should be just about full now. Actually, that was kind of strange. Oh, that's why it's sitting at itself. Okay. So next we need to do is make 1 UU matter. Actually, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself 1 UU matter, just so I can put it in this filter because it's freaking out. I'm going to delete that. Basically what was happening is this is requesting scrap, and this was providing scrap because it didn't have the filter on it. So now that I put this in here, it's only going to provide UU matter. So before it was taking out the scrap and it was sending it back to itself, and it's going back around in a circle. So as you can see, it's not a real quick process. If I had high voltage cable, it would go a lot faster, but yeah. Oh my god, it's loud in here. Let's go downstairs and see how the old MFSU is holding up. So the reactor is providing enough power to keep this going, so that's cool. Now I could easily in the future run a gold cable up from this and connect it here if I want to speed it up a little bit. Which now that I'm looking at how fast that's going, I may actually do that. In my testing it wasn't going quite that slow. So I don't know what changed, but I might upgrade that to gold cable. But that will be something I do off camera. For now I'm going to turn that off. How are we doing for cobble? Still got 3,000 cobble left. That's going to provide a lot of scrap. So the next thing we have to do to provide that with cobble is redirect our cobble from our cobble generator upstairs. So I'm going to go up here and we're going to remodel a little bit. So basically what we're going to do in here is we are going to pretty much make this complex useless. I'm going to move the functionality of it into my smelting room where we just were with the recyclers and stuff. Instead of having cobblestone generated in here and smelted and macerated, I'm going to move it into the automatic crafting area. And this is pretty much just going to be providing cobble. So I'm going to dismantle all this stuff. Take these. I probably could have put them. No. Take that down. Take that off. And I'm going to take this off. Knock all this stuff down. A lot of stuff I can reclaim down there. I'm not going to worry about that right now. And we are going to take our stone transport pipe, if I can get my mouse on it, and we're going to directly connect up to this. And this is just temporary. Basically what's going to happen is once I get everything pumped out of here, I don't have any better engines, do I? Would have been nice to have like a peat engine or something and then put that there and pump out stacks, because this is going to take a while to pump all that cobble out. So basically what's going to happen here is once this is done pumping out this chest will become redundant, and the cobblestone generator will basically directly connect to this gold tube over here, this gold pipe. And yeah, so once I turn the cobble generator on, it's going to generate the cobble and it's just going to go directly to my vault. Now, depending on how the recyclers work, I can probably run this full time, I'm not sure, but that's going to require a bit more testing off camera to see how that works. So basically what I'll be doing in the coming I won't say episodes, but sessions that I'm playing the game, I will clean up all these switches. I will probably remove these chests. I may shrink the building, I may leave the building, I may repurpose the building for something else, but I need to get rid of all these cables and redstone. I can reclaim these solar panels and I can add them over to, I don't know where yet. Maybe I'll take these solars and move them over to my farm over here, which I'm still yet to convert them to electrical power, but I still haven't quite decided how I want to do that yet, so. It's gonna take forever for the stuff to get down here. Let's sleep. Hey, look, it's raining again. So we're picking up a little speed, but not nearly enough. So I think what I'm gonna end up doing is, what the heck? Oh, this engine's running too. I was like, why is that green? Might just go get a peat engine and fire that in here and speed it up a lot. Okay, so we got a steam engine because I already had some of those built, so I may as well use them. So we're just gonna fire that down here and put some charcoal in it. Oh, much better. That is gonna work a ton better. Don't need this anymore. Why did I do that? I do need that. There we go. Oh, that's not going to get boosted. That sucks. But yeah, this is way more efficient. That's weird. It pulls out like, I thought it was 32 at a time, but that's more like 12, and then I don't know the math on that. It's not 32 at a time, it looks, unless it took a partial stack to begin with. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this episode. Like I said, I'm just gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup, and yeah, we're getting pretty close to the end of it. 1.3 is supposed to come out on August 1st, I believe. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, but yeah. So once that comes out, it's probably, I would say, at least a week or two until the mods get updated. Assuming they start updating with the snapshot that comes out a week before August 1st, they could get a head start on updating the mods. But with the significant changes in the way single player is handled in 1.3, where now it's a multiplayer server running locally on your computer, and that's how you connect to it. I don't know how much updating the mods are going to require. The plus side of that is once the mods get working for single player, they should also work for multiplayer now, so that's kind of cool. We won't have different single player and multiplayer mods anymore. But I expect that's probably going to take the mod authors a little longer than usual to update for 1.3. So yeah, and like I said, we will be starting a brand new world with season 2, and that's really kind of bittersweet, because if we go up, we look at all the different stuff I made. It's like hours and hours of work that is just going to be left at the wayside. All the binding I've done and all that fun stuff, it's gonna be completely gone tier. But yeah, I've made a ton of progress in the last little bit. In the last few episodes, we've made a refinery, we've finished the vault, we made a big pipeline, put in a quarry, Mass Fabricator, all kinds of fun stuff. Lots of gravel there. That's weird. Is that a new feature? Looks to me like the pump is actually taking source blocks. That's kind of cool, but kind of crappy at the same time. I noticed that in my test run I had a huge area of water that looked like it was missing. I guess that's why. Don't know if I like that feature or not. That means this pump's not going to last forever. You're going to have to move it over here into the actual lake. There's all kinds of water over here. Ouch, man, that kind of sucks. Why did they put that feature? I don't know if that's a Buildcraft 3 feature. Because I know Red Power does that. It actually takes the source blocks. What is that? What level are we at now? Ooh. Oh, I see the sparklies. That means we're near bedrock. And let's see how much fuel we have left. Wow, this pipe is still full of fuel. Oh, I see conductive pipes in my future. Anyway, guys, that's it for this episode. See you next time.